So today we have some update announcements that haven't actually been announced officially in the Greenville server yet, but a lot of the stuff is actually pretty insane, and personally I'm pretty hyped for the update. And first of all, before we get into today's video, I just want to thank you guys so much for 16.2k subscribers. In my last video, my goal was literally 16k, and you guys blasted that out of the water, so I just want to thank you guys so much for that. It's honestly crazy. I did not expect that whatsoever. But for those of you guys who aren't subscribed already, make sure to do so. We are on the road to 16.3k subscribers. I cannot believe I'm saying that. It's honestly crazy how fast it's been going recently. Also, I am actually recording the first video with my filming crew this week, but there is still time to apply before I do that. So for those guys who would like to join my Discord server, in the description below, and apply for my filming crew, and you guys will have a pretty high chance at joining in my next video. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright, so heading straight into GVCN here. First of all, we actually have what looks to be a new Volkswagen leak. As you guys can see, it does have the Wolfsburg logo, which is actually the fictional brand for Volkswagen in Greenville. I'm not 100% sure what this is supposed to be. I don't think it's a Jetta. It might be though. It might be based off like a newer Jetta or something. I honestly don't really know though. Let me know if you guys have any ideas in the comments. We also have an image of the rear end of the new Cadillac. So that's right, Cadillac is actually coming back to Greenville, thankfully. This thing looks super nice, and it also looks super detailed as well, which is definitely nice to see. It's honestly so impressive to me that this stuff is literally free-handed. Okay, and then the next one here is one that I am super excited for, and this one's honestly insane in my opinion. Now scrolling down right here, you can't really tell what it is immediately, but if we actually scroll down here, we can see a message by WoW that says it's Mitsubishi related. That's all I'll say. And this looks like one model of Mitsubishi that we actually do know of, and this is actually the Mitsubishi Eclipse, obviously one of the most iconic sports cars of all time. And also it was actually confirmed that it's going to be an Eclipse, because as you guys can see right here, someone said, can I take a guess on what that Mitsubishi is? And then WoW, the modeler of the car, said Eclipse, which actually confirms that that is what it is. I actually do really dig the design on this thing, because it kind of looks like a more like new version of the Eclipse, I guess you could say, which personally I actually quite like, because I mean, don't get me wrong, the iconic Eclipse design is crazy, and I always love this thing, but it's definitely nice to get something that looks a bit newer at the same time, and I'm definitely going to be buying this thing when it comes out. Additionally, this looks to be the same vehicle, and this is the rear end of it supposedly. Not much information here, but it is pretty detailed by the looks of it. Next up, we have another image of what looks to be the exact same Volkswagen as before. Once again, pretty detailed. I can't exactly pinpoint what Volkswagen model it's based off, so once again, let me know in the comments if you guys know, but it does look pretty sick in my opinion. Alright, now the next one here actually seems to be an extremely interesting one, as this actually seems to be a new building that we're going to be getting. Now, a lot of people are saying that it looks pretty similar to the reception building at the current motel that we have in the game, and personally, I can definitely see a lot of similarities. Mainly the actual logo of the place right here, which says visit 24/7. As you guys can see, that literally matches up with the logo here. Also right here, there looks to be a door of a like motel number on it, and it might say like unclaimed motel or something, which is pretty similar to what we have in the current motel. And considering that I don't think they'd use the same brand name twice, I think this might actually be a motel remodel, which will be pretty cool in my opinion. If this is actually a motel remodel though, hopefully they do actually move it to another part of the map, because don't get me wrong, this location is fine, but a lot of people don't really use this building because they don't even know that it exists, or they just don't know where to find it because this isn't such a dead part of the map. And in my opinion, it'd be a lot more used if it was in more of like a central part, but let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Personally though, I don't really feel like this building is honestly in huge need of a remodel though, if that is what's being done, because currently the interior actually looks pretty good still, I'm not even gonna lie, but let me know what your guys' theories on it are in the comments below. Additionally, next to that, they also said that future lighting is not coming next update. I just thought this looked cool, so I'm pretty sure that future lighting is like a new feature that Roblox added to make lighting in games look better. And this is also a pretty cool announcement, because they said it's not coming next update, which even though yes, at face value might seem like a bad thing, but this means that they probably are considering adding it in a future update, which is definitely something to look forward to in case they actually are, because this actually looks really sick. As you guys can see, the lights actually disperse more across the room and stuff, and there's a lot more shading and whatnot. Next up is some more images of the new Cadillac. As you guys can see, it looks extremely nice. I love those exhausts as well. Can't wait to see this thing come to the game, because I'm definitely going to be buying it. Also, we have an image of the lights at the back here as well. This looks super cool. Once again, another image of the new Cadillac coming, and this thing is so detailed. Look at these little like pins or whatever you would call them here. Those are so detailed. This thing looks kind of sick, I'm not gonna lie. And we have another image of the same Volkswagen here. This looks to be a different trim, as it does actually have a sunroof this time. Once again, super nice. I'm probably going to be buying this thing when it drops. And yeah, honestly, a pretty sick fictional car model here. Also, it does look like here we have the new fictional Tahoe with a push bar in it, which honestly looks pretty sick. This might actually be a WSP variant. That'd definitely be cool to see, because I don't think we have any WSP fictional vehicles yet. Also, a cool one here is actually a new beta vehicle. At least by the looks of it, that's what it seems to be. As you guys can see, it is a bit rusty on the back here. Also, the paint around it is actually mismatched. And if you guys actually pay attention to the top of the vehicle right here, you guys can see that it has the Hunty sign on it, which means that it is going to be a new delivery car. There also seems to be something next to it. This might actually be the new Tahoe by the looks of it. I could be totally wrong on that, but it is definitely nice to see that we are getting some new delivery vehicles now, and also that beta cars are finally making a return to the game. And right here is what the lighting is going to look like on the Tahoe, so honestly looks pretty sick in my opinion. And it is actually interesting that they did decide to change the brand name of Chevrolet in Greenville, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of people did see it coming though. Then this one was posted by CXR. I honestly have no idea what this is. This might be like a wing or something like that. I don't really know, but I don't really know what this car is actually meant to be, as this image is pretty vague, but I am pretty hyped for it regardless, because it does look pretty cool just by this image alone. Huge one here as well is that BMW BMW is actually making a return to Greenville. Now, I don't know if BMW is coming next update or if it's coming in like one of the future updates, but it's still cool to see it again in a fictional form. Now, they did actually specify that this car was made with certain spots deleted and changed. The real one is different, as I think a lot of people were complaining about how this actually looked, which is understandable because, you know, this version does look quite ugly. But as Ivy did actually say, this isn't what it's going to look like 100% when it comes into the game. But it's nice to see that it is confirmed now, at least. Another huge one here is actually a new fictional Lexus coming to the game. As you guys can see, it has the famous Lexus tail lights. Obviously, it's not like one-to-one because they're not actually allowed to do that anymore, but it looks similar enough in my opinion. And low-key, I just want them to bring back the LFA so bad because they literally remodeled the LFA and then had to remove it like a few weeks or so later, which I was honestly super sad about because that was becoming one of my favorite cars in the game. There's also a closer up image of it right here. As you guys can see, it looks extremely detailed. We also have the side of this car right here. I don't really know what this car is supposed to be, but it looks pretty nice regardless. This might actually be the Lexus in a different color, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't count me on it. But it does actually seem to match up. And the one that I'm about to show you guys is actually another pretty huge one, and this is actually what looks to be a just buy remodel. So as you guys can see, we have a blurred out image right here, but you can kind of make it out what it says. So it actually says Pear up here and Pear right here, which is actually the like phone / computer brand for Greenville. But then again, an interesting thing to point out here is that we actually currently have a Verwire store in the game as well, which is actually a dedicated phone and computer store. So although I doubt it, it could also be a remodel for this. I don't really think that is the case though, since, you know, this building doesn't really need a remodel, as it was only made like a year or two ago max, so it's still holding up pretty well. Unlike Just Buy, which literally hasn't been remodeled since the revamp came out. I'm pretty sure this is like one of the only buildings left in Greenville that still hasn't seen a remodel to this day. There are still a couple left, but this is one of the few. And surprisingly enough, it does actually hold up pretty well despite everything, but in certain aspects it is starting to show its age, and it would just be nice to see a remodel in general. But let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Additionally, we have some more new fictional cars right here. I'm not exactly sure what this car is supposed to be based off, but it looks like pretty nice. I'm guessing this might be put in the classic game pass. I'm not sure though. Either way though, it looks pretty sweet, and these are actually two separate trims right here, which is definitely nice to see. Additionally, this actually looks to be a new Toyota Camry, which is super nice to see, and honestly huge props to the GVDs because as of recent they've been bringing back so much more brands. Obviously a good chunk of them haven't released into Greenville yet, but we can see that they have been working on them, which is so cool to see, as this does mean that hopefully Greenville will return back to normal very soon, and I'm low-key just super hyped to see all of it back. And yeah, honestly a pretty good first car for Toyota. Hopefully we also see more Toyotas come back, such as like the GR86 and the Supra and stuff like that. Definitely things I'd like to see back in the future. And also this is another screenshot, so it does look like that the developer who's making this is like sort of roughly outlining the Camry. Obviously they have given it a different tail light design. Yeah, honestly pretty nice though. I can't wait to see when this thing's finished. Additionally, in future updates we actually have two new cars posted. So first of all is the 2005 Leland Beirut with the base with vinyl top, DST, DSTV, Elegance, Pinnacle, and Pinnacle limousine trims. So yes, we are actually getting our first limousine fictional car in the game. Additionally, we have the 2020 Durant Camion / Camion EXT with the SL, TL, TL Midnight, Off-Road Midnight, Chief Plus, TSR, and the Chief Plus Midnight. And this is also the first Chevrolet that we're getting back in Greenville, which is so nice. As you guys can see, we have a lot of trims here as well, which is insane. And I am low-key pretty excited to see that back in the game. But anyways, once again, thank you guys so much for the huge support on the channel recently. And for those of you guys who haven't already, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as we are now on the road to 16.3k subscribers, which is honestly just insane to say. I can't believe it. Also, for those guys who want to have a chance at partaking in my video that I am making this week, and just my filming crew in general for future videos as well, make sure to join my Discord server in the description, and tell me what your guys' favorite thing about this upcoming update is. And anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.